full-blown carrying by the pros, but we're gonna see if the same thing can happen again today, because we've got our first series of the day. Forkenacity versus Bear and Mountain. Crow, Magic Bear versus Forky and Tenacity. Fear, you got early predictions as this one goes in?
Yeah, I think Forkenacity. I think Forkenacity. But this is actually the team that I was excited to see how it worked out. I mean, they performed well, and like I said before, I maybe have them coming in as the winners because Alpha Cap and AJ seemed untouchable, and this team, you know, was able to handle everybody else in their pool. So definitely one to watch out for. But I don't think we've seen either one of these teams, so it's the first time for us at least. Everyone else who watched them maybe on their channels know what to expect.
Yeah, definitely let us know in chat how good were they, scale of 1 to 10, because they look great now. And I think you said it best. Forkenacity definitely in my top 3 to completely take this one. I feel like 100 Trees, Little Step Bros, and Forkenacity are kind of my like picks on this one, and for good reasoning. Magic Bear responding to the original goal early in the game. Look at this, just the slightest little double touch off the side, right on in. 30 seconds in, we've got a little shootout starting to start.
Yeah, I mean, Magic Bear, he's not going to miss those when the entire field is open for him. Interestingly, Tenacity has a ton of faith in his pro. That's a creator who is willing to put all of his stock behind him, because he was cheating upfield just assuming that Forky was going to get something. That's a nice save by Forky, by the way, so maybe he does have a good read on what his pro can do for him. Tenacity is up in the air over this one. Forky on the respawn, able to get the save. And Crow tapping in field, but his teammates leaving him, so it'll be Forky on the attack the other way.
There comes Tenacity. And pop this one up. Oh, nice challenge there. Instead, it's Crow on the attack. He's got the space. Honestly, this one could drop down, but no cleanup in time for it. Maybe Magic Bear can turn around. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Tied game until now. The John Sandman caster curses are going to come out so much faster than they did yesterday.
Yeah, Forky having to make a tough save off the back wall. He was probably panicking a little bit more than he needed to, but wanted the ground pinch. I mean, no amount of power is going to matter when they're just sitting waiting for it. So Bear and Mountain going to take a 2-1 lead. Demo here. Kronovi has an opportunity against Tenacity. That is technically a creator-on-creator matchup, which is interesting to think about. But Kronovi seems like a pro to me, but hey, Magic Bear, he's going to be able to chip one in, catching Tenacity backflipping.
Oh, man. I love how you mentioned, like, the quote-unquote creator-on-creator matchup on that one, because sometimes, right, like, some of the quote-unquote creators are former pros turned coaches, turned creators, like Rizzo and Crow, and, like, in your mind, does that give them any sort of, like, an unfair advantage coming into something like this, or you feel like the level might be a little bit different than what it used to be when they were pro?
Honestly, I've been watching since the very beginning, so if I see anybody who has once been pro, especially guys like Kronovi who I watched in the past, in my head, they're still at the same exact level. I'm assuming that can't be true. You know, I'm assuming they're still pro, but so I'm not the person to ask. In my head, I have starry eyes for everybody I used to watch. They're all still just as good as they ever were, so.
Well, speaking of good, there's Magic Bear. What is this?
Kronovi pinching in field. Magic Bear got the 50 and then doubles off the post as well. I think he's really just trying to keep the ball killed on the goal line, and it just worked out that the bounce was something that he could follow up. But the kickoff strategies in 2v2, now that's something that I didn't ask about and how it went yesterday. Did you see a lot of special kickoff strategies, or was everyone playing it pretty straight-laced?
I feel like it was pretty normal. Nobody really had any, like, special kickoffs or was trying to go for anything insanely creative, I guess. I feel like the ones that kind of came out the most were the accidental early kickoff goals, like this one. And yeah, this is a little bit more reminiscent of what we saw yesterday. It was like you would get this one insane touch, and then whoever was up next would just quickly cheat up just a little bit faster than normal to carry on through. But Forkenacity got half the game left, down by 2 to Bear and Mountain. They haven't looked bad by any means. It just, I feel like Bear and Mountain just, homies have been on the offense for a lot longer than they probably would like to be if you were Forkenacity.
Yeah, it seems like every once in a while there's just a miscommunication or a poor read by somebody that has led to a good amount of open nets. Magic Bear is just trying to see how many resets he can get at this point. But Kronovi not able to pinch this in towards Magic Bear. Magic Bear is a good guy you want to see in the air if you got him on your team, but I don't think he has enough boost to really do anything. Kronovi able to get this over the top. Wait, Kronovi's going to do it by himself. Kronovi's going to run it up to 3 with a 5th goal.
That's that former pro coming out from him. There's the experience or whatever, right? He can do everything on his own. And what does he do it in? None other than the Porsche Turbo RLE. I think he's in the RLE. Yeah, he's in the RLE edition. There's 2 editions, you guys. So guys, make sure to pick them up, whether it's in the Rocket Pass or through a drop with a really cool decal that you can get to put onto your Porsche. Oh my goodness. But yeah, these cars are giving some of these people magic powers low-key.
Yeah. Talking about magic powers, I don't know if you did that on purpose, but Magic definitely seems to have magic powers. He is looking solid, almost got that ground double. Right now, Kronovi's going to get demoed. Yeah, he had to try and chase out that ball. He had a choice between diving and most likely missing or trying to stick around, and sticking around meant he's going to get demoed. And so Forky going to be able to double this in. We talk about Magic being magic, but without boost, you know, that's the fuel that feeds the magic. And he's got none of it. So Forkenacity, I mean, there's a ton of goals. This is an insanely high-scoring game. I mean, I don't know. This is like a 1v1 game. I'm used to it, but I expected a little bit less scoring. But right now, these guys just feeling each other out. Forky's trying to pop off as he goes off the ceiling. Kronovi has a nice double to the back wall. Might be able to find Magic Bear in field. He's doing a good job cutting that off as these guys try and pin them back, but the boost starving out, and it's going to clear all the way down to Magic Bear.
Oh man, maybe he can turn into another one. There it is. There it is. The dunk from Tenacity. The shootout. It's starting. I mean, okay, listen. Yesterday, again, if you weren't here, a lot of the early games seemed to be shootouts, and that's usually that first game feeler, first and second game feeler. Then that's when the little bit, you know, the more defensive strats come out. Everybody starts to take their time. But the big difference between yesterday and today is this is only a best of 5. 2 less chances to try and get it together. Granted, this is only game number 1 here, but Magic Bear's shot not finding its way in. Thankfully, Bear and Mountain still holding on to that 1-goal lead right now. 35 seconds left. Maybe they can turn it into 2. As Magic Bear keeps this one in the Forkenacity half. 30 seconds left. Crow's just going to push his car and that ball to the net. Anything by any means to hold on to their lead or at least waste enough time. And this one's not going to find its way in. What the heck?
That is an insane save. I think Bear and Mountain are doing the right thing now, which is they're not getting defensive just because they have a 1-goal lead. They have been attacking like crazy, and they should have been up another. That was an insane save by Forky. But is it going to be enough? They have the ball in the orange half. I'm not sure they have the boost to keep this up. Magic Bear, decent challenge. Kronovi's actually not going to turn towards the ball, but it doesn't matter. So Bear and Mountain, I think they started a little bit slower. Tenacity, Forky and Tenacity scored the first couple goals, but Bear Mountain got a huge lead, and they were ultimately able to hold off the comeback for game 1.
Yeah, they did an incredible job there. I love looking at everybody's stats on this one, but in particular, the one that kind of stands out to me is Forky. A lot of the times when you have that one, the quote-unquote pro, right? Maybe yes or no, whatever in your eyes. But the pro usually being a significant amount higher than the creator in a game can kind of be a downfall at times. I feel like the fact that Magic Bear and Crow were a little bit more even, especially in shots that they were taking, it's 16 total, right? Almost near even, 10 and 6. That might be what carries them throughout the series, but it's Forkenacity's turn to try and respond. I love the ball possession and the boost consumption stats. I don't know why it is so funny to me when it is like this stinking close together.
Yeah, it's perfectly even, but what I'm seeing is field domination. I'm looking at shots and saves, and to be honest, I feel like if you look at this stat sheet, you would think it was a much bigger blowout. I mean, it looked like stats-wise, Magic Bear and Kronovi had all the possession, had the ball in the blue half the whole time, and I guess a couple of Magic saves are really what kept Tenacity and Forky in it. I think that's a really bigger downside for them going into the future of the series. I think that suggests that, you know, even though the score made it look like it was close, that might not have been because these guys were dominating, and Magic's going to show why with a pogo. Please, I love pogos. If everybody knows anything about me, I want to see a pogo get scored. But he had 2 defenders, and it's not going to happen, so now he needs to rush back in order to make sure he doesn't leave Crow alone.
Oh my goodness. Are people going to be going for little freestyle clips in this?
I hope so.
That would be amazing. Take all the time you want, Magic Bear. Tenacity up next. Ooh. Fakes it, leaves it. Forky's up next. Try and carry this one through. Instead, it's Crow carrying it all the way to the other end of his half. Tenacity is just going to collect. Going to try and take a shot. Magic Bear, nice clear. The early stages of this game felt like it was in control for them, but it's gone.
Forky with the reset. Oh, couldn't follow it up. Really smart dive by Tenacity. Cannot turn and be passive there. Otherwise, he's going to have to defend against 2, and it's not going to be easy. Magic Bear cannot get enough movement on that ball to get it past the defender. We've seen Kronovi doing this a lot. He's constantly trying to keep the ball in the offensive half, carrying up these dribbles on the corner, and this is the reason why. I don't know what angle Magic Bear had on that, but it seemed like maybe he should have scored it. He doesn't hit it in, though, so we stay tied 0-0. Forky maybe trying to back pass towards Tenacity, gets himself demoed. Kronovi and Magic Bear need to decide who's going to be making this challenge. That's a great 50. What a nice play. Kronovi waiting midfield, and Magic couldn't have won the 50 any better.
Oh, absolutely not. There it is. Nice 50. Crow, right place, right time to make sure this one finds its way on in. Bear and Mountain have found themselves in a lead once again. First time here in game number 2, though. With 3 minutes and 30 seconds, it's Forkenacity's turn to respond. They've had a couple of opportunities to do so. Looking to create another one, maybe. This Forky's shot goes up into the air. It's Magic Bear there to collect. Going to take this all the way down, reset to try and get some power on it towards the net. Instead, it's going to go on out, back into the midfield. Forky on the counterattack. The bump might let the ball go through, but it's just not enough power against a Bear and a Mountain defense. It's too strong like that, and maybe even the offense as well.
That was a great 50. I mean, that was a really tough position for Forky. He's had a couple really nice saves. With Kronovi a couple different times trying to tap it down to Magic Bear. I mean, trying to stop a pro from being able to 50 that in is not easy, and Forky has kept a few of them out. But right now, you could talk nicely about their defense. You have to put on some offense of your own if you want to bring it back. Magic Bear's so quick. He's 50-1, and he's actually beating out the next. He can do this all by himself. The back pass to Kronovi, and Kronovi puts it off the backboard. I think that one was a little bit scoreable, but no worries, because I'm sure Magic Bear will get you another.
Yeah, you definitely have more opportunities with a team like that. Crow's shot goes up in the air. Forky gonna try and send it back into the Bear and Mountain half, but a nice clear sends it on home into the blue side. Magic Bear pops this one up high. Crow's gonna try and take the shot. Instead, it goes wide. 2 minutes left for Forkenacity to respond to that opening goal. Haven't been able to find anything yet. Like you said, there's been a couple of opportunities, but nothing quite yet. And an opportunity will absolutely be in your hands if you just bump whoever's last man on defense.
We saw Magic Bear go for the pogo, and I thought we were maybe going for just the pure fun vibe, but no, we're going for bumps as well. There's money on the line, and because of that, I want to see a few more kickoff strats. Everybody has been taking the kickoff just almost like it's a ranked game. They're solo queuing in, which I think they did again. I would love to see people mix it up. I think you could maybe get some goals. Kronovi is showing how much power he can get on a reset, but I think he forgot he also needs to try and get it towards the net or his teammate. He just slammed it into the corner, but I'm loving the magic show from the back wall. He is trying to take these full field dribbles. Stopped out this time. Kronovi should be able to get back to this ball again. With Tenacity and Forky both retreating on the same side of the field as Magic Bear waits patiently to be given the ball. Nice 50 from Tenacity. Kronovi, first touch resets. Can he force this through? Kronovi on that back wall, trying to dish out to Magic Bear. Has been their main form of attack. But Magic Bear is going to swing in right now. Reset. He has Forky. He goes high. Tenacity able to clear it away. I mean, Forky, maybe with the way he's been defending, is starting to get Magic Bear to try and get that extra perfect precision, and might lead to actually not putting him on target.
Yeah, definitely lots of mind games coming out from Bear and Mountain. Oh, nice slow shot in. Forky just barely able to keep that one out. The slightest of touches keeps them alive. Now Tenacity's up next. Can he musty it in? It goes crossbar down and out. And unfortunately, 30 seconds is all you've got left to try and find 2 goals here, as this one doesn't find its way in. It's Forky wanting to send him and Tenacity towards this net. Bro, these flicks are so powerful, and yet nobody can find their way in.
Yeah, they have put on the best series of almost shots, and now Kronovi is going to try and rub salt in the wound. Forky, man, another great save. Kronovi went low. Forky had to come off the wall high, but unfortunately it doesn't matter. They needed that save, and they needed a 2-pointer, which I don't think you can get in this game mode. So it is going to be Magic, Bear, and the Mountain, and Kronovi again. They finished in their pool 1 and 2, so technically Forkenacity 2 and 1 should be coming in as the favorites if you just go by record, but pretty clearly Magic Bear and Kronovi are leading right now.
Yeah, you can look at stats all you want, but what matters is day of, and right now Crow and Magic Bear are absolutely showing up. And it's Tenacity and Forky trying to catch up. And you would think, looking at the stats right now, that this is kind of like a little bit of a shutout, but realistically, it feels a lot closer than how it looks on paper.
Yeah, you might be being a little bit nice to Forky and Tenacity, but to be fair, your defense, they're just a little bit off. If that like Magic, or if that Musty went in from across the field, and if Forky's flick went in, then you're right. Yeah, those 2 goals, those definitely could have been goals, and then it would have been equal. So that's true. They need to pop off in order to score right now, though, and it seems like Magic Bear and Kronovi are kind of getting all the poo goals, or anything that's like simple and easy is going their way. So it's going to take a serious pop off, which they're showing signs of it happening, but can they do it for 3 straight games, which is what they'll have to do if they want to stay in the upper bracket.
Oh, well, we're going to find out if they can pop off for 3 games in a row. But for now, you take it 1 game at a time, and it starts with kickoff. Game 3 and match point for Bear and Mountain right now. Crow sending this one kind of out to no man's land. Instead, it's a nice big clear there from Tenacity. Magic Bear just playing the patient game, staying on back. I feel like that's kind of what's been in Bear and Mountain's favor, right? Is they play the patient game. They kind of just wait for Forkenacity to have like the slightest of miscalcs in either rotation or just taking a shot in general, and just completely capitalizing on it. So maybe a little bit of that patience could go a long way for Forkenacity. But as we approach the first minute scoreless, that could be a good sign for them.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the only good sign, because it is Magic Bear and Mountain. Again, this ball is barely leaving the third outside of Forky and Tenacity's net. Once they're getting starved out, they haven't been able to get any real quality clear, and they're just having to dive over and over again just to move the ball slightly away before Magic Bear and Kronovi start up the attack. This 50 could go to Forky's way, though. Big win over, I think it was Magic Bear, who went flying by. This should be an opportunity. Oh, Kronovi, nice save. Those are the kind of ones that I think are going to have to go Tenacity and Forky's way if they want to pull out a win.
Yeah, you definitely have to be able to score on every opportunity you're given. Otherwise, Crow is going to do the same thing back to you, which is continue to score. This dude is right place, right time always. This ball is just a magnet to him at this point. So now Bear and Mountain once again have the 1-goal lead, and statistically and historically in this series, that's not a good sign if you're Forkenacity.
Great curse.
Finally, the curse comes in their favor. They find a response, and within a couple seconds, maybe this is the pop-off that you were hoping for.
Yo, you have a talent.
I've got the John Sandman curse. I can decide who I want to win at this point.
Yeah, I feel like this is rigging it. I don't know. Did you talk to them about them giving prize pools? Because my goodness, that is impressive and on point. But a tie game. I think we all want to see some life for. Oh no, I'm like the opposite.
Well, there's the life. Somebody check on Forkenacity. We need like a heart rate monitor or like a crash cart at this point.
Remember, you can check in on them. Go check in on the vibes and report back for us, chat. Are the vibes good, or are the vibes
are they okay?
Not so great.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, it's not unexpected. Magic Bear, he's just kind of been popping off in this game. There's glimpses of the dude wanting to clip on everybody at times, and clipping on them in general. No shot. He makes the angle.
Everything's going his way. He seemed like he came into today with the right attitude of just, I'm going to go out there, try and have fun, try and see what crazy stuff I can do. And the world blesses you when you're doing that. And he just slams it off the corner for the perfect angle. I mean, knowing him and knowing how he's been playing, I'm sure he had that exactly calculated right into the top left. I'm not going to doubt him. Not what I've seen so far.
And you know what, chat? Have you ever wanted to hit an angle like that or score a goal like this? Well, go get the Porsche Turbo 911 RLE because you can do it too.
You can air dribble 50 and leave the ball for Kronovi, just like Magic Bear.
Yep.
And don't talk about the fact that also the people who are getting scored on might happen to be in the same car. I think, I think it is just
goes
all
both
the
ways.
car.
It's all car. Well.
All right, Forky on the dribble. Not able to get past one, and I think that's what you're going to need to see. One of either Forky or Tenacity are going to have to get an outplay on one of the players from Barren Mountain, because if not, this is the initial outplay that you can maybe work with. Stand on the ball. Forky bumping, but I don't think Tenacity is going to be anywhere around. He's trying to turn infield to make some sort of pressure. Pre-flip by Forky. Could have had something happen. I think there was a bump there that's going to result in the ball clearing away. So our brief moment on the orange half has potentially already ended. Tenacity gets dunked, luckily not directly into the goal. Forky getting beat out to this one. Kronovi has just Tenacity to beat, but Tenacity puts it on the back wall. Never mind, he did not get it out of dangerous way. Magic Bear is there, and they will keep running the score up.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Magic Bear is definitely up in contention for like MVPs today. Granted, we got to see the rest of the teams play, but opening series, this dude is having such an incredible one. He has been popping off. Crow and Magic Bear's synergy has looked insane. In less than 2 minutes to go, Forkenacity, you need 4 goals to try and tie this up. Maybe a bump and a cleanup could get you something, but not even that is enough to get past a mountain and a very popping off bird. Okay, what is this, the third time? The third time I've tried to like say something and the complete opposite happens?
I think we're just going to let you monologue for a minute 36 about how bad Forkenacity is, just so that we can maybe make it interesting. But that was a very nice flick. So take it away.
Yeah, you know what? Forkenacity is definitely not going to score 3 more times in the next 90 seconds. That is not going to happen.
I couldn't imagine it. I could not imagine it.
Somebody's going to clip that out of context and send it to them. And then Tenacity and Forky are going to think I'm like their biggest hater.
Well, that's just, a burden you're going to have to carry.
Unlucky.
But Magic Bear is going to maybe make it so that you don't have to worry. Oh, just barely off. Crow doubling on Forky. Magic Bear, I mean, he's going to place that. But they just have, they're so quick to the ball that they have really outpaced this team today. And what's interesting to me is Kronovi and Magic Bear, they went 1 and 2. And, the team that had kind of like the least round wins, I think that was the only game they beat. So in theory, they maybe weren't looking super strong, but we could have a case of Group A just, they could win every round. We could have a full Group A again, and this is certainly a good sign for Group A. I haven't been checking in on what the other matches are doing. Oh, my goodness. Please. Let them out of their misery. My goodness, Crow. He's doing it to him too now.
Oh my gosh. Listen, they have families, Crow. They've got a whole rest of the day to play. Be kind.
This is a tough one to shake off. Like I said before, go check in on the vibes. Hopefully Forky and Tenacity can keep the vibes up. And because they have more games. We could talk about Forky and Tenacity winning the tournament still. 2 lives in this double elimination bracket. Certainly they've lost one of them. I think I'll say it. I don't think I'm cursing with 40 seconds left.
You're turning into me.
I think with 34 seconds, we're still good.
That's what I would have said. And then something crazy could happen. So you never know. But granted, 34 seconds, I'm not that confident. Bear and Mountain, 7-3 right now. All you gotta do is just potentially hit a couple more pogos, try and make your oh my gosh.
You know what annoys me for Forky and Tenacity? Not a single kickoff strat in sight. Not a single one. Especially when you're down 4, you need some quick goals. And they never went for one. They have another opportunity with 17 seconds. At this point, you're just practicing for the next rounds. But I want to see him mix something up. If you guys are in Forky Tenacity's chat, go tell him, hey, why don't you use Spanish kickoff? Why don't you, I don't know,
Give
do
us
something
the
when it's not
Spanish
working
kickoff.
out.
Make something up. Where's the NA kickoff, right? Confuse
Oh,
them a
well, I
little
think we're
bit.
doing the NA kickoff right now. Hey, look who does mix it up. Magic Bear and Crow at least fake one because they want to get a clip. Crow's pre-jumped. Oh, so close. Almost made it back. Crow almost passed back down to Magic. But, I mean, they're just having fun now. A good sign. Good sign for Cronovia and Magic Bear. With 0 seconds, this ball should at some point hit the ground here. And it is going to be Bear and Mountain. A confident 3-0. They are looking good for the rest of today.
Yeah, they looked so good in their series 3-0, like we just said in our opening series on stream. And for what you guys missed off stream, 100 trees, 3-0ing Chacon. And then we've got Lil Step Bros going 3-1 against Musty RC. And for those of you wondering, free agents potentially getting reverse swept again. So if you want to see that, that is probably on stream right now on their channels. But we're all going to come back here, and I believe we're going to welcome back CJ. CJ, 3-0. It was easy peasy for these guys.
Strong start there. As we said, we hadn't seen Forkenacity on the mainstream, but they are looking good. I love seeing the groups crossing over now, so we get to have an idea. Like, are Little Step Bros really that good, or was Group B weak? Well, Little Step Bros are winning again. They're through. But as you said, what I'm watching right now, I feel like I'm not concentrating because Rizzo's in Game 5 overtime. He's done it. He's won. I've just witnessed it. There we go. They've denied the reverse sweep. So Rizzo, free agents, Rizzo and Justin will be moving on. And we have all of our round one matches, I believe, complete. So I think you said it there. We've got 100 trees, obviously Forkenacity moving on. They'll be playing each other. And then we've got free agents down there with Little Step Bros. So that'll be very interesting as well. But let's talk about this series. Let's have a look at the replays for this one because Forkenacity, a swift 3-0 to kick off the mainstream here on the final day of the Porsche 911 Turbo Invitational. And Fear, I mean, right off the bat, they came out swinging.
Yeah, Magic Bear, like right away to start. I think he tried to throw a pogo. Maybe that was game 2. He tried to throw a pogo right away. But it was pretty clear that he was, basically ready to freestyle, which I didn't know how it was going to go because maybe you have to sweat it a little bit harder. But it turns out he knew exactly how much you needed to sweat it because Bear and Mountain, I mean, there was never a moment where it seemed in doubt.
Oh, man.
It was so close on that, though.
The musty one that didn't go in. I felt so bad for them on it.
Look at that.
What a steal. My goodness.
I mean, the mechanics were coming out earlier. I like seeing Fear, you were talking about it, the pogo attempts. We didn't really see too much yesterday. It felt like very serious Rocket League, even though it was just groups for seeding. But today we're certainly seeing some tricks in the bag coming out, as you see Tenacity there pulling out some stuff. And what are your thoughts, Fear? Because you mentioned at the start of the day, obviously you weren't here yesterday, that what's the vibes like with this creator and pro combo? Are you convinced now that the creators can step up after that series?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about the creators feel. I mean, I know Tenacity's a good Rocket League player, and then Cronovia, of course, will always be, a pro no matter how long he gets away from having done it. So to me, I definitely expect a lot from them. But actually, my takeaway from this was Magic Bear was everywhere. I mean, Crow did well. I felt like he was a good compliment to Magic Bear, but I felt like Magic Bear had easily the most influence over the game. And so I'm interested to see when that duo goes up against another duo, will it be the same way?
Yeah, it's pretty clear there with the series stats as well that they absolutely dominated. 5 goals.